You should smell it in here. Green chili is one of the best parts of living in Colorado. And of course, there's always a little debate over the Mexico green chilies versus the Colorado chilies. Well, we're going to talk it out. We're going to cook it out with our special guest, Brian Freeman from Growers Organic, along with Chef Samantha New from the Colorado Chefs Association. Great to have you here. Thanks for bringing the delicious smells of the green chilies to our Cocoa Kitchen.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. I want to talk a little bit about green chilies from Colorado, green chilies from Mexico. Is there a difference?
There is a difference in the fact that we have actually developed a couple of green chilies ourselves down out of Pueblo. We have, this is called the Mosca chili, invented by a scientist from Colorado State University called Mike Bartola.
Okay.
So that's exciting. We definitely have a different kind of green chili here. And one of the things that I like to tell people is Hatch is really not a chili, it's just a valley in New Mexico.
Oh, I'm learning all kinds of new things. So the Mosca green chili, really kind of native to Colorado.
Native to Colorado.
Super
we have
cool.
actually three. We have the Mosca, the Sandia, and the Dynamite are big Colorado chilies, but all of these chilies right here are grown in Colorado that you have on this table, and I brought some that go from mild to hot.
And do they taste different than the ones in New Mexico?
Well, I believe they do. I believe, Colorado, what's unique is that we have much colder nights.
Right.
And so, one of the things is that it makes it a little bit sweeter profile and not such a hard, hot punch.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, where are they grown again? Let's give, you said the valley is Hatch.
Yes. So in Colorado, your main growing region is Pueblo.
Okay.
And that's where Mike Bartola invented this Mosca. But we also grow chilies on the western slope and down in the San Luis Valley. We really grow chilies all over the state.
Yeah, and I love green chilies. All right, Samantha, I want you to come in here. What are we cooking up today?
Well, I wanted to show two different ways that you can preserve and make last longer the fresh chilies that you pick up during chili season. So first I'm pickling some, and these are the Anaheim, right? Or are these the big?
Yeah, no, I think we're using some Big Gem in
Big
yours.
Gems,
Yep.
yeah.
Gems, all right.
So I just sliced them, threw them in a mason jar, and I have here a pickling liquid. So this is 1 part sugar, 1 part vinegar, and 3 parts water. And all you have to do is heat that up enough that the sugar dissolves, and then you pour it right over your chilies, and from there,
Look at that.
yeah, from there you can, let's see, I'm going to pour this in.
Get some, is that brown sugar in there?
This is brown sugar in there,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm going to show you one more thing too, but from there you can can it or just throw a lid on it and keep it in the fridge, and it'll last a good while.
That is great because, like you said, the season for green chilies is kind of short for Coloradans who love green chili year round. So freezing them is not a bad thing, or preserving them is not a bad thing, because we want to use them in breakfast, lunch, and dinner, don't we?
Yeah.
They're really versatile.
They're
Tell us how.
extremely versatile. Well, they have such a nice, bright, mild flavor. They're not too spicy. So you can take these green chilies and you can put them in anything that you use bell peppers for too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
even better.
so aside from chili verde, which we love around here, and
Yeah.
roasted green chilies that we put in a lot of things here in Colorado.
Okay.
You can use them in omelets or fajitas or
Everything.
Yeah,
I put them on everything. What are you going to make here now?
So this, I'm making a green chili jam.
What does that entail?
This is some garlic and herbs. I pulled some fresh herbs out of my garden this morning for that.
It's nice to have those in the garden.
Yeah, so a little garlic, little herbs. I have 1 cup of diced green chilies.
Okay.
And here I have half a cup of brown sugar. I like using brown sugar instead of white sugar. It just gives it a nice flavor
Oh, I'll
profile.
bet.
And then half a cup of apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
And then I'm going to add 1 cup of water. And what you do with this is it takes about 1.5 hours, 2 hours at a nice slow simmer. And what you end up with is this nice thick
Oh, look at that.
sweet and sour jam. And that's another thing that'll last you all year
Okay.
if you store it
And what would you
properly.
put this jam on?
Well, I'm going to put together some little BLT sliders here.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Okay.
so instead of using mayonnaise, it gives it a nice sweet, sour, kind of bright, earthy punch.
Okay, and while you're doing that, you're making these BLTs with the green chili jam. Is there another example that you have for us today?
Another example.
An example of something you're going to make?
Oh, well, there was this.
Okay,
Right.
All right, so Brian, I do want to ask you, so we're talking about preserving the green chilies this way. We can freeze them also, is that a good idea?
You can. The
Okay.
best way to, before you freeze them, is to actually cook them or roast them.
Okay.
Because they will break down in a way that when you defrost them, they won't be usable. So the best way to do that is you want to roast your chilies. or you can bake them, but just cook them before you put them in the freezer.
Okay, that's a great idea because they're really crisp right now. It almost looks like a green pepper,
Yeah.
the way you've cut it, and it's just crisp and hearty.
Yeah.
Kind of meaty, I like to say. So look at these. This is the BLT. And where can we find chilies locally?
So you can go to natural grocers for sure, or King Supers, and they support. You can also find them at Whole Foods though as well, because they've done a great job at working with the local farmers.
Yeah, and a lot of local markets have them. I mean, when you see that sign and it says green chilies, stop and get them. Again, that season is short, but we love our green chilies here,
Yes,
don't we?
we do.
Those look great,
All
Samantha.
right, I'm going to cut into this so we can see what's going on inside.
Oh, we
there.
can see what's going on. We can smell what's going on too. Yes, I'm going to take a bite right after I send them to this little information here. So thank you both very much for joining
you,
us
Jackie.
today. You can take advantage of the Colorado green chili season. It doesn't last long, folks, and you don't want to miss out. Today's recipes and so much more are online at acfcoloradochefs.org. Go local and enjoy the best of Colorado green chilies today.